Aloha, it's Matthew, and I have a part two or a add-on for the M301 all-season plate. I typically do several different colors to illustrate the fact that they are all-season plates and that they can go with many different looks. And the last video I made, I just put it all on blues and told you that you could do it that way, but I think the whole idea of this series was to illustrate that it can be used, these plates can be used in different color combinations and different looks. So here I am with some different colored polishes for you guys. Uh, Currently on my nails is Swamp Gloss Sucked into a Bagel, and this is from Hella Handmade Creations, February 2024. The label said March 2024, so I crossed it out just so that I knew. It's this, well, there's like a, I think you can see there's like a green, there it is right there, green to gold to pink shifting shimmer with matte baby blue hexes, and then a scattering of, let's zoom in, see if you can, a scattering of teal metallic flakes. They're kind of the least populous item in here. There's a good one there. There's not a whole lot in here. It's just a speckling of them. And the name Sucked into a Bagel is based on the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I guess for a while there, Swamp Gloss was using that movie themes for naming their polishes for HHC. And if you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. Okay, so let's get started. Let me grab a paper towel. On the nail rack, you can kind of see everybody's laid out there. We've got Hollow Taco, Teal No Lies, and this was the base that I used for the last video, and I had already painted it on this nail here, so I figured I'd keep it on and we could do one more look in that base. And then for Essie, we've got Yes I Canyon, and then Atomic Polish. This one was from a polish pickup, March of 2024, called Blind Man's Bluff. And I think the theme was like party games or sleepover, maybe. I don't know. It's a really cool, like soft dove gray with another that's that gold to green to pink shimmer. I'm trying to find. There's the pink, and then at the very bottom here, you can kind of see the other colors. They only show up really in the extreme angles. And then we've got ORLY white tips and ORLY liquid vinyl, just for a white and a black. Doesn't have to be those specific white or blacks, but these are just massive bottles. So for me, it's easier to use the ORLY ones for doing these tips. That way I've got a lot of polish to go. Okay, so the idea behind this first nail is going to be kind of like, maybe think wintry, icy. So we're going to use Bam White. And I want to do, oh, I guess I'm going to need a scraper card and a stamper as well. I want to do these I'm going to do these little donut spots. I was originally thinking these little ones, But this nail is just a super wide, I think it's a 00 nail tip. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do this twice, you guys. I'm going to, or let's just do this way. Let's go right down the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to grab, I have a ton of these shipping labels that came from Mooncat and Holo Taco orders. You get a small sticky pad and a larger sticky pad area where you can just take this here and clean your stamper. Super simple. Oh, you guys probably can't see the white on there. Oh, there, little flecks of white. But it cleans your stamper head super quick, and then you're not throwing out those labels without getting another use out of them. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a cotton ball and some acetone and just give this a quick little clean, because I'm gonna pick it up again, and then I'm just gonna use what I pick up to fill in the gaps. What I mean is, see on this side and the very tip and that very side, they just didn't get any stamp, just because it's a super wide tip. But I'm trying to illustrate a point that you can do this. Like for me, I've got really, really wide thumbnails, and you can take some designs and just stamp them a second time and repeat the design. Not all designs work well for that, but some of them do. Okay, so I'm just going to go right there on the tip. We're going to grab a couple there on that side. And then I'm going to turn it around so I've got a more straight edge for right there on that side. And we have full coverage design on a smaller original stamping plate. And I think I'm gonna sit on that for a minute and think about whether I want to add some swirly gigs to it or just leave it like that. For this kind of rust colored nail, kind of makes me think of like canyon clay. I want to use Kraken, which is a deep navy, and coconut, which is cream colored. I think that those three, I guess it's kind of like a red, white, and blue, right? But it's in these neutrally hued zones. You got a canyon clay and then a cream color and then a navy blue. Nothing's super saturated or vibrant. Oh, I mean, I guess the navy's really saturated and dark, but none of them are vibrant, I guess is what I was getting at. Okay, and so I'm going to use I think this super squiggly one might be my favorite out of all these squigglies. So let's start with that one with the cream coconut. You know what? I'm going to try and pick up both of those and go with that. So I'm just going to lay down some squiggles, right? Turn this around and go like that. And I didn't want that little bit in the middle. So let's see if I can grab it off real quick with tape. It might work. Nope. Okay. Well, maybe we can cover it with the navy. I did not intend to get that one on there. Maybe I should have just not picked up that extra loop. I was trying to not be wasteful, and I thought I could maybe get both designs on there, and I totally forgot that we're putting navy on as well. And so let's do the B-shape one in navy because it's got a nice straight line where I can go. Let me try that again. Let me just try that again. I dug out some polish on that long straight strip, which is what I'm intending to cover that blooper with. So let's try that again. And I'm going to scrape to the side like that. I did not get the best pickup, but we're going to roll with it and go right there. Okay. And one last pull of the Kraken on this loop. And we'll clean up the plate. And what I think I'm going to try for is to go like over here, right? And then take this last loop and put it across the back. Boom. There we go. So we just got some fun swirlies in different colors, and you know, you could do this in any theme. If you want to do Christmas time, you could do like green and red base colors for your nails, and then go with gold and silver loops. This plate will just work for any theme you want to make it. Let's pull in some acetone and clean off this plate. So, Beauregard, my Boston Terror, is turning 10 years old on the 26th. And he still runs. I think I've added videos on here of him rocketing through the yard to chase after the ball, because that is, I think, his favorite thing in life. And so we try and throw the ball for him every day that it's sunny. And for his birthday, I got him a new Chuck It ball launcher, one of those things that makes it go really far. And also a new, it's like kind of a grippier ball that has like holes in it. Kind of like, it's made kind of like this, right? So that it's easier to grip. He's lost a few bottom teeth. He's a really old man. And it's easier for him to grab onto that than to an actual solid ball. And then I baked some cookies for everyone so we can have a party. It's going to be fantastic. I'll see if I can. I'm going to add some pictures of the cookies. Oh my goodness, you guys. I forgot to press record again, or missed the button. And I've been talking to myself for the last few minutes while I did this nail and this nail. And let's see if I can just recap. For this nail that had the atomic polish on it, I scraped this one in the corner with Smoke Show, and I brought up the point that this is a great plate for beginners and seasoned stampers alike, because if you notice, like right there, and a couple of these little ones, there were chunks that are missing. They're not filled in, but since it's such an asymmetric design, it doesn't matter. It looks like that's how you intended to stamp it down. And so then for the next one, I pulled out Slam Book, Summer Fun, and Food Fight. And I used this loop to do the pink. So I did a corner over here. I flipped my stamper around and I got that one. And then I used this squiggle in the orange just to cut through the middle. And then I used the rounder shaped one to get the green sides. And that's when I looked up and realized I hadn't pressed record again after talking about dog cookies. And so there's a little jump in time there where hopefully that catches you up. And then the final design is this black nail. And let's see what we got going here. I guess we'll get something on my nails too. I was thinking I could use Prana, which is a really lovely foily metallic-y shimmer turquoise. And I think it's very close to the color of the little shreds in there. So I didn't know whether we'd have enough time, but since I omitted a chunk, looks like we're gonna. Okay, so let's go with the black nail. And I want to do this, what I thought looked really cool on the blue mani that I did on this plate originally, was take just this little arc. Kind of looks like, what it reminds me of is like somebody dropping a rock into a pond or lake or whatever. And so let's go from the rear, the cuticle end, like that. And black is just so complementary with foil or oh yeah. Okay, so then I'm gonna just give it a whirl and go for a second pull. Oftentimes you can get a second one without cleaning your plate, but I try and be in good habit of showing you guys that I clean my plate. But let's risk it. Living on the edge a little. Yeah, we got a good pickup. Okay, let's get rid of what we don't want. And then from the tip end, we're doing the same thing. Just like that. And on my nail, I think I did it on one of my thumbs. And the length on this is longer than my thumb is. So these kind of ended up overlapping arches when I did it on mine. But I think that looks just elegant, right? Just clean and classy. Okay, so let's zoom in on those, and then I can put a couple on my nails, and then we'll wrap this up. Let's zoom in. Okay, so here is that wintertime snowy white where we used the plate to get a full nail design out of a smaller original pickup. And then we got our desert clay with deep dark blue skies and creamy little squiggles there. This is the one, kind of looks like a metamorphic rock. Is that the kind that gets pressed together? Igneous? Anyway, the kind of rock that gets pressed together and it's got like different components. Then we got our neon pool party here. An elegant black with, it's kind of like a champagne gold. It's almost like a pinky gold on that. It's called Magic Hour. I'm not on frame. Magic Hour is the name of that last one, if I didn't say. Okay, so let's zoom out. Let's put some designs on my nails. And for that, I think I want to do... I'm going to do these ones kind of at a diagonal. I think I can get that happening on my nail. And if not, we can do that same trick that we did with the first nail and fill in some. And then for this nail, I think I want to do like a squiggle loop. So let's see if we can make that happen. think we're clear here. I don't think I had any polish. Yep, looks good. And let's just clear the stamper just to make sure. All right. The funny thing is, I think I was talking about it when I wasn't recording, but I was talking about leaving my mistakes in for you guys to see, because I want you guys to see that, you know, if you make a mistake, you can just clean your plate and start again. You don't have to get frustrated, and I just want people to see that, because some like, especially on the quicker videos that are like the 30-second videos, they just show a perfect pickup and a perfect application every time in 30 seconds, and then you get to your nails and you're like, well, why can't I make that happen, right? And it's not you, it's just the magic of editing. Okay, so we're gonna go right there. And then, you know what, I think we are good to go. I don't, maybe I'll put one more right there on the edge, because, you know, that's going to matter so much. Somebody's going to see that very corner edge of my nail. And then maybe there. Okay. All right. That looks good. Maybe see if we can get one more up here without ruining things. Okay. There we go. I think we're good to go. And I'm going to grab, where'd that little piece of tape go? And that little piece of tape, just to get this extra stuff off the sides. Okay. And then, as with all these nail designs, I'm going to go right here on the very edge, okay, and just clean up right there in that cuticle, or right where the nail meets the cuticle. That's perfect. That looks great. And then for this final nail over here, I want to use that squiggly again, my favorite squiggly. And what I was saying is, as with all nail stamping designs, you need to seal it in with some smudge-free top coat. So let's go there, pick it up. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the stuff we don't want, so I don't want to accidentally stamp that onto my nail where I don't want it. Okay, and I'm gonna go like that. And then I want some across the back side here. And then I think I'm gonna take, ooh, can I get that last little bit? I want to take this last little bit, if it's not dried yet, and squiggle over there. Oh, I think if I press it down, yep, okay. If I press it down, then I can come back with that smudge free and lock it in. All right, you guys, I think that turned out really cool. Okay, so smudge free. Let's just put that on real quick on these two, and then we'll zoom in and take a look. So now there is a thing I noticed recently with the smudge-free top coat, that when you put it over shimmers or metallics, it can, oop, stuck to my pad there. It can look foggy for just a second. And I don't know if that's like the metallics or I don't know what it is. But don't lose heart. Just let it dry, and the fog will clear. I think I did that on a video that just overall I hated how the video turned out, and so I never posted it. But I panicked. I was like, "Oh no, where did the shimmer go?" And it came back. It was just foggy for a moment. Okay, so let's take a zoom in, and we got a whole lot going on that nail now. Just some extra oomph because this isn't enough. And then we got squiggles on that one, just for fun. And then in about 5 minutes, I will come back and I will hit these with quick dry top coat just to cure everything underneath. And until next time, you guys, bye. Happy birthday, Beauregard.